This is West End Skatepark. It just got redone last year, and honestly, I don't know if it's better or worse yet, so we're going to find out. The skatepark is located within Brisbane's West End suburb and within walking distance of the CBD. This makes it a prime destination for any skater new to Brisbane, and very likely one of the most used skate parks around the city. The park is small, but the design has been done better than most skate parks, allowing it to flow well, just as long as it's not too busy. We can start with the wall ride on the far side. The wall ride was included in the old design and was the most unique feature in the skate park by far. I was sure this would be one thing to go once they made the new design, but luckily they decided to keep it. Overall, this is a really good decision as it really makes the park stand out. Just in front of this we have the small ledge, which was also featured in the old design, but to be honest, I don't see too many people skating this. It's at a weird angle from the rest of the park, and it's where most people set up to start their lines, so it really kind of just sits in the way. The other ledge, however, is one of the skate park's best features by far. The designers created this ledge a little different from most skate parks I've seen, and took a standard ledge, added wallies at each end, and even expanded the back to include a curb-sized manual pad, which you can also grind over. Really one of the best ledge designs I've seen, and definitely one of the most fun. Opposite this, we have the rail. Standard size, so only around a foot high, with the rail itself being a bit thicker than usual, making it a bit easier to lock into grinds. The park curves out just in front, where the designers added a long curb that you can grind, and an even bigger curved ledge which is incredibly difficult to skate. This follows into some cute little hump thing that they built where you can grind one edge, but really it just feels like they did this to fill the space. Next to this we have the long 3-foot quarter that expands from just in front of the ledge and curves all the way around past the humps to the other side of the park. You might think that this is all the park has to offer, but the one-way road on the side makes for the perfect spot for some flat ground, along with the curb on the far side, which is always waxed and great for learning slappy grinds. A surprising number of people show up to this skate park and only skate the road. It's a perfect place for some flat ground, plus lots of room when the park's too busy. The top end of the 3-foot quarter can also be used as a gap for anyone who's looking to practice drops. So the old park looked a little something like this. As you can see, the design's almost identical to the new one, but with some significant changes. The first change being that they decided to get rid of this ledge for the new one, which is obviously a much better design. This hump no longer exists. These ones were kept but expanded on the grass side, along with the expansion of the quarter pipe. And the biggest change was that they finally decided to get rid of the vert wall. I'm sure this was a pretty welcoming change, considering even the most advanced skaters couldn't really use it for much, and it would also make it impossible to see if anyone was coming through from the other side, so probably not the safest idea for a skate park. The park is suitable for anyone at any level. Beginners have a lot to work with here, with mellow ramps, smaller ledges, curbs and plenty of flat ground. Also, anyone who's more advanced can have a lot of fun here too, depending on what they want to skate. The only thing that I will say is there's not a lot in the way of transition here. The 3-foot quarter is a lot of fun, but it's almost too mellow. And the wall ride looks cool, but it's also really gnarly to get onto, and I've yet to see anyone touch the lip. You can find lines easily here, regardless of what you want to skate. I'll see skaters create lines here, even if they can't really skate the quarter pipes or the wall ride, but I'll also see skaters put lines together without the use of the ledges or the rail at all. As far as I've seen, the park seems to be pretty quiet during the day and then gets busy every night. It's also one of the only skate parks in Brisbane when I seem to meet a totally different mix of skaters every time I come to this park. So far I've only seen one BMXer ride this park, and to be honest, he didn't seem to be having the most fun considering the amount of skateboarders that he was having to wait on before he could have a turn. I've also only seen one dude on a scooter so far, but there does seem to be a strong crew of bladers that come down pretty often. Regardless of who shows up, one thing for sure about West End is everyone's super open and super friendly to each other, regardless of skill level. When people aren't skating, they're usually up on the hill talking shit and making friends. So one of the main reasons that I've ended up skating here so often lately is that the park is fully lit at night. Before the revamp, the park never had floodlighting, so even though it's been finished for over a year now, I never really considered an option to skate, as by the time I'd finished work it would be dark most nights. Thankfully this is no longer an issue, as the park's now floodlit from the moment the sun goes down until I think around 10 o'clock, I think. So some practical stuff. The park is directly on Montague Road, so parking won't be an issue. However, depending what time you show up, you might have to pay. There's also a water fountain just as you come inside the park. However, it only spits out warm water at best, so I would recommend either bringing your own water or skating down to the shops. When it comes to shade, the park doesn't have much, that's why most people skate there at night. It does have the shade that comes off the nearby trees, but a lot of that only covers the grass for when you're sitting. If you're looking for toilets, you can follow the one-way road around the back of the skate park and you will find a block of toilets. Now, I've never used them at night, so I can't say for sure that they're definitely going to be open, but I have used them several times during the day and they've always been open, and they are free to use. So I've spoken a lot about how well the park was designed, but then you notice things like this. The park has a lot of odd features added that make it seem like the designers didn't really know if this was going to be a skate park or a kids' playground, so they just did both. Hopscotch in the middle of the park and a mini golf hole on the ledge. It's almost as if the council wanted kids to get hurt here, but so far I've not seen any kids that come here to play. But because the kids don't come here, most skaters probably won't even notice these strange choices. So another thing that can be an issue here is the size of the skate park compared to the amount of people that use it. Because most lines are back and forth, it means that the park can be really difficult to skate if too many people show up, which does happen often. Everyone is really cool here, so you will always get a turn, but you might have to wait a good couple minutes between each run, which can kill your momentum. In my personal experience, I really like skating transition, so I really like the wall ride. It is different, it's not something that I've actually seen at any other skate park before, and it can be really challenging to skate. I also really like that you can just skate the flat ground on the road whenever the park gets too crowded. That comes in handy. In terms of what doesn't work, I definitely need to mention that first ledge again. It's just at a strange angle. I feel like it would work better if they just rotated it around. So I've been here a lot lately, and I must admit it's only really so I could get familiar with the skate park so I could finish this video, but I really do like this skate park. It's actually really good. There's always a good crew of people to skate with here, and even the odd time where I've showed up and it's actually been empty, you can have a lot of fun just skating around the new design.